Hello ladies and gentlemen and everything in between, and welcome to another TrebleChin Entertainment video review. I'm Davey, and today I'm going to talk about Trumbo. Trumbo is a really good movie. It's a movie starring Bryan Cranston about communist screenwriters in America during the Cold War. Now, we have kind of, in our society, made communism sort of a dirty word. And this movie tells us more about what communism really was, and the terrible things that they did to American communists during the Cold War. Here's what I thought. There is so much to love about this movie. It's a great story about misconceptions in this country during the Cold War. Because it tells a story about communists from the point of view of the communists. Because Soviet Russia was not actual communists. It was a fascist dictatorship. And just had the communist label placed upon it. And that gave a bad reputation to the communists that were living here in the United States. They got blacklisted, which meant they could not work, and they could not get work, and they were treated like garbage around our country. The movie Trumbo is the story of a screenwriter, Dalton Trumbo, who is a member of the American Communist Party. And the way Bryan Cranston plays this character is absolutely phenomenal. He brings something to this character that I don't think anybody else could. He has the look, he has the attitude, and he plays it great. You can see the way that he deteriorates as the war goes on, and you can see him trying so hard to maintain his humanity in this inhumane time, and it's just so good. The way it is written is some of the best things I've seen in a biopic ever. Like, the way they show us how he spoke, because Dalton Trumbo did not speak like a normal person. He was a Hollywood screenwriter. He was a larger-than-life caricature. And Bryan Cranston plays this to a T. He speaks as though everything he says is going to be chiseled into a rock, and it is amazing because it should be. And I honestly love this movie so much, and I don't know much that could have gone better with it. There are a few missteps. It does sputter in some spots, but the way the story is told and how good the rest of it is, you kind of just don't care. It's just really good. There's not much bad about this movie, but there are a couple of things that could have been done just a little bit better. There is a spot in the middle of the around the middle of the movie where stuff kind of starts to slow down, and you're just kind of seeing Dalton Trumbo kind of sink into a deep well of depression. He's working so much, and he stops kind of being the best father and husband that he can be. And there are good ways to present this, because you're kind of supposed to start to not like him at this point in the movie, but the way it's done just kind of feels less like I'm supposed to not like him right now, and more like I kind of am getting a little bit bored. It's not very long, and it doesn't ruin the movie by any stretch of the imagination, but the way I'm structuring these videos, I have to pick something that I don't like, and there's just that little bit of a dry spell in the middle of the movie. Doesn't ruin it, it's still great, but a little bit of a misstep. Now for the other piece of chicken in this KFC Double Down. There's so much more to talk about with this movie because it's just really, really good and really, really artsy, and I just love it. There's a lot of talking, and as you might find out about me, I like a lot of talking when it is good talking, and this is good talking. And there's an all-star cast in this movie. Bryan Cranston, as I have mentioned, plays Dalton Trumbo, and he is phenomenal. Louis C.K. is like his partner in crime, and the way their relationship progresses throughout this movie, because they are not the best of friends. They kind of hate each other, but like the way they interact and the way it's done, Louis C.K. shines in a way I don't think he's ever in a full-on movie. And I think that is great, because I think he's starting to kind of come out of his shell and start to actually act more, because he's had a show for a while, but like he's in big movies now, and I'm so happy to see him actually being able to shine. Helen Mirren steals every scene, and there are some other actors that I honestly don't know their names. I'm really sorry, but the gentleman that plays Kirk Douglas plays him really, really well, and the person that plays John Wayne makes me hate John Wayne, and that is the point. He is so good at being so bad, and it's amazing. There's very small things that I can say that I don't like about this movie, and they're not really even worth talking about. I love this movie, and that's why I'm giving it a 6 out of 6, a stellar rating. It's just, you have to see it. It's in wide release right now. You can go see it just about anywhere. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please let me know. Like and subscribe. Leave whatever you want in the comments below. You can be good, you can be bad. You can just tell me what you thought. If you've seen Trumbo, tell me what you thought of Trumbo. If you haven't seen Trumbo, tell me what you thought of my review. I want you guys to be as much a part of this channel as any of us are. I've been Davey, and you guys take it easy.